Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Eureeca Conversations, where we speak to visionary entrepreneurs shaping tomorrow's industries. I'm Aslam from Eureeca, the digital investment platform where private deals and IPO meets a global investor base. Today's guest is someone who is not only making trading more accessible, but redefining how people learn to trade. I'm talking about the founder of Trademannia, Julian. Welcome to the show, Julian.
Hello, Aslam. Thank you for having me.
Perfect, perfect. Let's start from the top. So, what I want to ask you is like, what sparked the idea of Trademannia? Like, what was there a specific aha moment that made you realize that this needed to exist?
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to thank you for that intro. I don't think I can beat that. It's great. You put it in a nice way. First of all, yeah, I regarding your aha questions, and I like it. I think I've had two big aha moments. The first was in university. Our professor gave us like demo account to compete for 3 months, and I believe it was one of the most loved courses by not only me, everyone, because theory back then turned into real. Everyone loved it, but there was no platform to take it further. I didn't act on it back then. I ended up in the real market, lost big, like many of us. But then fast forward 10 years, I'd worked with top global agencies running campaigns for Samsung, Huawei, and more. And also, I saw brokers tied up by restrictions, struggling to generate leads, and the trading industry barely changed, I believe, in the past decade. And that was my second aha moment, and the one I acted on actually.
That's very interesting. And the other thing was your tagline that stood out to me. Trademania is the money teacher you never had. Can you like unpack that a little? What gap do you think traditional trading platforms or financial education tools are missing?
So we actually flip the script. We make learning about money competitive and hands-on. You learn by doing, competing, and making real decisions in a safe and even more importantly, a gamified space. And not only that, as a player, we call you on the platform, you're getting rewarded along the way. And that's why we call it the money teacher you never had, because we teach in a way that actually sticks.
So that's very interesting. There are a ton of trading simulators out there. What makes TradeMania's functionality fundamentally different from what's already out there in the market?
Yeah. Actually, in TradeMania, you're not just trading, you're competing, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
We run daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments, and the pressure of that leaderboard builds real trading psychology. Unlike most simulators, we're a gaming app, so we can grow in ways brokers can. We all know in real markets, 90% of traders lose. So same in our game. But the difference here is that you can still win by losing less than everyone else does. And this is how people see risk and success.
Because I know you are completely right. I had a FOMO moment because I downloaded the app, I started trading and everything. I saw that on the leaderboard, I was sixth. I was like, wow, that's good. But at the end of the day, because I stopped trading and everything, I was last. I should have, complete traded and completed my trading, So that gave me a FOMO moment, and it was exciting to see that I came sixth. I'm like, this is very interesting. Well,
Exactly.
that's amazing. That's amazing.
Especially when you start like doing good results and you would say,
Exactly.
what if I was in the real market and so on.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it, even if you don't enter the real market, if you do good results during the tournaments, you're getting rewarded, you're getting excited to level up and unlock new features and even getting like real cash rewards.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. And as another thing was that I noticed the platform combines gamification with AI-powered learning. How does this actually work in practice? What kind of data does the AI use to personalize learning?
Look, every move a player makes is data for us. And our AI tracks it. It spots patterns. It tailors challenges to each player. If you're over trading, we nudge you with missions to build discipline, which is something really important in the trading industry, in the trading world. Ignoring certain assets, for example, we give you incentives to explore them. It's personalized coaching, and I may say powered by gameplay. And this data doesn't just sit in dashboards. It constantly flows back into the system, driving real-time personalization.
Yeah, and plus I'm seeing a lot of material is provided to the user to go through it, like learning section and how to trade them, like, which is very interesting. And you've also mentioned sandbox trading and virtual tournaments. For someone, let's say, who has never used TradeMania, walk me through what their user journey looks like from sign up to skill building.
Yeah, I like that because it's not only about someone who never used TradeMania before, but also never used a trading platform before. It's smooth from the start, and that's our mission and goal while building the platform. So you sign up, instantly you're dropped into your first free roll tournament. No risk. You start trading with a virtual account, climbing the leaderboard. During the tournament, you unlock achievements. You collect TradeMania coins. You face missions designed to sharpen your specific skills. And only within a few tournaments, you start understanding concepts like position sizing, the stop loss discipline, and market timing. Without even realize that you're studying, you're studying. That's the
Yeah.
beauty.
Yeah. Okay, now for the most interesting part. I love this. I love numbers. I love data. So let's talk numbers. So far, you've crossed 24,000 downloads and you are seeing 1,100 plus monthly active users. What do those numbers tell you about your product market fit?
Our success so far in the stage we are at, it tells a lot. It tells me personally that curiosity is high. It was my curiosity back then, but now I see that it's the curiosity of many around the world, and not only traders, not only bankers, not only people in the finance industry. Our monthly active users are sticky, and even the engagement rate and the stickiness rate is increasing by the day because of all the UX UI features that we're integrating into the product. Players are not just downloading and disappearing; they're coming back, they're competing, and they want to improve.
Yeah,
That's a
the
huge
lifetime value also.
exactly huge indicator that the format resonates, especially with people who've, as I mentioned, never touched a trading platform before.
Yeah. And that's nice. And you have also run successful pilots. Where did you pilot, and what are the biggest insights you have learned from that phase?
We piloted in two different markets, UAE and Lebanon. They're different from on many fronts, on regulations, on audiences, on cultural appetite of risk. And the biggest takeaway for me, people are hungry for a safe space to experience to experience the markets, especially if they've never done that before. In both UAE and Lebanon, we saw that the social and the competitive angle was just as important as the educational one. That's why we're in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, that's nice. And now TradeMania is now raising funds to scale. What's the next big milestone you're aiming for, product wise and business wise?
I would say, product wise, gamification is at the center of everything we do. Our inspiration is Duolingo. If we can replicate that format into our industry, that's our mission. Soon we're rolling out AI-driven league systems where users get matched by players at their skills. Business-wise, we're expanding our B2B offering, letting brokers white label our tournaments to onboard and retain clients. That's a serious unlock for scale for us and for brokers.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. But trading is often seen as intimidating, even inaccessible to the average person. Do you see TradeMania as a bridge for financial inclusion?
I would say 100% because we what we do is we strip away the biggest barrier, which is fear. You can start with zero capital, zero risk, and still feel the adrenaline and discipline of trading. And that's why you start seeing people that have never touched that industry talking and bragging about their winnings and
Yeah,
following the market, looking at the gold price,
yeah,
at the Bitcoin price, and discussing all of that while having no skin, real skin in the game, yet getting that adrenaline rush.
yeah,
That means anyone, regardless of their background or their bank balance, even can build money skills that would last them, I believe, a lifetime.
yeah. That's true. You're basically disrupting an industry that hasn't changed much in decades. What kind of resistance or skepticism you have faced, and how do you navigate that?
I like that. I think I think the biggest one is, will people really take trading seriously if it's gamified? Because we've faced a lot of resistance and skepticism, especially from people in the industry. And yeah, as I mentioned, they've asked the big question, like, will traders take it seriously if it's gamified? My answer, they already take games seriously. I mean, even C-level suite, they look at esports today. It's the fastest growing industry.
Yep. I myself, I'm a gamer, hardcore gamer. I
Exactly.
love gaming, and
Most
I
of
used to be very competitive at one point of time. So I think your platform is really interesting.
exactly the emotional intensity in our tournaments is exactly what prepares our users or players for real markets. That's how we try to position it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Like I know I am old, but I still do a lot of online competitive gaming. And your platform, you can see the leaderboards and you can see who's doing better than you, and to understand that, how can I do better? Like it's just very interesting. Okay, perfect. So for our listeners, many of whom are investors on Eureeca, what should they understand about your business model and revenue streams?
Very good question. Today, our core revenue driver right now is B2B. We act as a lead generation engine for brokers like Multibank, and hopefully more are lining up. Multibank is one of the largest brokers in the world, and we have a deal with them. They are actually integrated within our app. So what we do, we target the mass, we filter the leads, we nurture them through gameplay, and when they're ready to open a real account, we connect them with multi-bank, securing them even the best deals as well, like with the bonus deposit and the best spread deal and so on. On the B2C side, I would say we still monetize through in-game purchases and premium tournaments.
Okay, that's very interesting because I see, like you don't want to also miss out on that particular deal from multi-bank. Let's say they are giving you a cash incentive, and it's only for the TradeMania users, which is amazing.
Exactly.
And lastly, what kind of partners or supporters are you hoping to bring on board through this round on Eureeca?
Technically, we're looking for partners who see the bigger picture, who believe in our mission, and who understand we're not just another trading platform, because we're classified as a game even on the Apple Store and Play Store, and this is one of the biggest milestones we've achieved, to convince Google and Apple that we are a game. We don't need a financial institution license. We need an online gaming license, which we have it from the DWTC and UAE. And people who understand we're not just another trading app, we're building a gateway into the financial world for millions. The opportunity there is super big. We value investors who act as brand ambassadors, as brand advocates. I believe through Eureeca, we're definitely targeting the right ambassadors, the right audience, and also the people who would believe in the mission, regardless of their background. So we're not looking for people that have strong background in fintech or so. Because we have enough doors now, we want the right people to help us probably walk through them faster.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, perfect, Julian. Julian, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. It's
Thank you,
clear
Asa.
that TradeMania isn't just building a product, it's building movement. And for our listeners, if you're curious to learn more about TradeMania's vision and track the live funding round, head over to Eureeca.com. Thanks a lot, Julian, today, and
Thank you.
it was a pleasure to have you.
Same here. Thank you again.